Hey y'all, welcome back to Let's Talk That Talk with Cola. And pretty much today we're gonna talk about life after divorce. It has been 2 weeks since we seen them.
We
So we're
have.
back. We're back. Um and what do you have to say, sis?
Oh, today is Grade 8 Day, and a lot of people might not
It
know.
is.
It was the
It
eighth
is.
of our sorority, the first and the only. Okay.
Right.
Happy Grade 8 Day, sis.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And we
Yeah,
got
today's my day.
that I guess in today.
Yeah. So that's my day, y'all. I don't get a lot of eighth days. So my next 8 day will what be 2028? Will it be
Yeah,
888? Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't get a lot of those days. So today is a special day. Manifest,
It
manifest,
is.
manifest.
It is the day to be
Yeah,
great. The
it
Grade 8.
is.
Telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And today we have a special guest by the name of Deja. She's just going to be pretty much going over life after divorce with us. Of course, she's experiencing this. I'm just giving my ideas and thoughts on how I think it should be, of course. Um, what else?
Hey y'all.
And we're just gonna go through it because I've been divorced twice. So we got different,
Ooh, you do.
different aspects. I was hoping that we could
hmm
get a guy, because of course a woman's side will be different than a male side, but I
I
couldn't find.
don't know, sis.
But
But at least our side will be truthful.
huh?
At least our side will be truthful.
It is because I ain't got no filter or I ain't scared. I'm real transparent.
Mm-mm.
Right.
You can't use what I share because I'm sharing it. Okay.
Right. hmm So we're gonna go ahead and start it off. Um, and pretty much let's go with like some of the challenges that you have to deal with, when going through a divorce or even looking for, well, after the divorce as well. Let's just say that.
can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to say for me, the most challenge that I had to go through was like the assets, divvying up the assets. Um, Thankfully now I don't. That's all done and over with. But it did take some months for us to like finalize everything. It was like a big tug of war. Um, But once I got that divorce decree, my name was changed quick, fast, in a hurry, same week and everything.
I seen it.
That was one. Yes,
I
ma'am.
almost
That was
deleted
one
you
thing.
on Facebook. I was like, who is that?
Listen, a lot of people don't even know my maiden name. But yeah, like that was one of the easiest things to do was get their last name changed, even though it was so hard to change it when we did get married because unfortunately we got married during the pandemic. But um yeah, it was just, and then also like going back to the norm of like being able to adjust to a new norm of your day to day because you're so used to considering somebody else and thinking that like finding a new norm for me was one of the hardest things I had to adjust to and get like familiarized with.
Okay.
Um, Waking up not knowing like not realizing like, oh dang, like I ain't gotta take nobody else to work or like
Well,
I ain't gotta cook for nobody else. But it's like because I've been doing it for so long, it's like I kind of miss it, but at the same time, I don't. So
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask you that. Is there some
hmm
things that you miss about it? Like, when people first get a divorce or want a divorce, they're so excited about this divorce. I can't wait to get a divorce. I can't wait to change my name. But when that ink finally dries and everybody sign off, like, how did you feel?
I'm gonna be honest, the day that we um were in front of the judge, once she said, okay, we're done, we logged out because it was all on camera on the Zoom, and I cried because I was like I had a sense of like failure in me because it's like dang, like my marriage is officially over, So that hit hard. I definitely cried. But after that, like, I was like, well, you went through so much and now you're at this point, because I moved out back in January and the divorce wasn't even finalized until April, because DC didn't change their website, to where it was like, at first it was like you have to be separated for 6 months before you can even file for divorce. And so and then that's only if both of you agree. If one person doesn't agree, you have to be separated for a year before you can file. I wanted to go ahead and like get the ball rolling on the paperwork. So I went to the courthouse and like just started the filing process. And that's when I found out they were like, oh, you can go ahead and file now. And I was like, file it. Here, take it all. But yeah, it was just, after that, I was like, I'm finally free. I can literally go about my business and not have to worry about anyone, anything, none of that.
Cree wants to know, was it harder because you're dealing with life after divorce that included children?
Yes, very much. Unfortunately, I'm no longer in the children's lives, like officially.
At all?
At all.
You don't, no talk to, phone, nothing?
Nope.
Was that your decision?
Yes.
Okay, well, you did it.
Why?
I did, because
y'all was really close. That's why I asked.
Yeah, we were, and like, I'm hoping when they get older, we can like have that conversation. However, the expectation of me as a parent was, she put more of an expectation of me as a parent now that I was officially out of the house than what it was when I was in the house. It was like when I was in the house, like, and I hate to say it, when I was in the house, I felt like a servant.
Oh, wow.
And then when I got out of the house, it kind of got worse, because it was like, now I'm just a chauffeur. And I felt as though like she was still trying to have access to me on certain things that I just was not comfortable with giving her access to. And when I came to the realization of that, I was like, I cannot do this. And it's going to hurt. Like, it hurt like hell having to make that decision. Because I love those girls to death. I truly do. But I had to do what was best for me. And I realized that I was not growing individually as long as I kept that whole, I would just say, experience in my life.
Okay. So, okay, because I heard you say you felt like a servant while you were in the marriage. Well, so was that the problem, or were you lacking something else in the marriage?
We were definitely lacking something else. And I'm never even going to fault, like, I'm not going to put it all on her, because there was some things that I could have definitely done differently within a marriage, to where it probably wouldn't have ended in divorce. But at the same time, I wouldn't say but, however, at the same time, it's but so much someone can take when it comes to certain things. And I had to come to a realization of, I no longer can be adjustable for somebody else. I have to finally put myself first. And if this person isn't comfortable with me officially putting myself first, and for me to do the things to put myself first, then they just can't be in my space. I have to cut my ties.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So how long were you married? How long did it take you to get to that point?
We were married almost 4 years. Together 6, almost married almost 4 years. My breaking point was last July, and I really tried to like continue on after that, because I still had hope. I'm not the type of person that really like gives up. I still had hope. But as the months went by, as the days and months went by, I realized like, this is not the space for me. This is not a healthy space for me. Yeah. So I had to make that decision that I had to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, would you say you have fully moved on? How long?
Oh
First, how
yes.
long has it been since the divorce was final?
Divorce was final in April.
Okay. And would
Hmm.
you say you fully moved on, or you still
Yes.
have some kind of
Mm-mm.
no
No
feelings at
regrets,
all?
no feelings, no nothing. Now I like, don't get me wrong, like because we were together for so long, like I do love her, but I'm not in love with her. I love her to like at a distance, like because at the end of the day, she is the mother of my children.
Mhm.
I'm gonna still say that we did have some good days, we did have some good times, but unfortunately, the bad times outweighed the good. Um, so yeah, I am. Oh, go ahead.
Um, so our sister wants to know. So now that you have made the decision to divorce, are you taking time for yourself slash dating? Since we are talking about life after.
Yes, so that is. Thank you for asking that. Um, that was one thing that I was very intentional on. Um, Dating myself before anything else. So I have a lot of new routines within myself. I take myself on a solo date every Thursday.
You better come on.
Um, Listen, I love it. Um, and like I buy myself flowers every week as well. Like I am doing the things to pour into myself so that way if and when I am ready to get back out there, I'll know like my boundaries. I'll know like what I will like put up with and won't. Like what it
Yeah,
will take to actually date me. If you are not willing to give the same energy that I'm giving myself, then I'm not even dealing with you.
I mean, makes sense to me.
I'm no longer going to be adjustable like to anything or anybody. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, okay, okay. Well, let me say, I've said it and I've been saying it, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, that I am proud of you for doing
You.
something that is not easy. Divorce is never easy. It is literally going through another death of something.
Mhm.
Um, and nobody plans to get married to end up
Divorce.
in divorce. Like it's not your goal the day you say I do. And if it is, something is wrong.
Right.
But that's not the initial, that's not the intent. And then when you add kids to it, it does make it even harder because now, if you have a bond with those kids, now you have to figure out what this is going to look like after
Hmm.
the bond. If you don't have a bond with the kids as much, or if they're grown, then it really wouldn't affect them because life gonna go on in their world regardless. But
Right.
I am beyond proud of you for making, that's a huge step, and to move out on
Mm.
your own, and to date yourself, and to give up, not
Hmm.
fully, but have to say I can't even be these kids' parents because it's gonna tie me still too much to you and interrupt my
Hmm.
not the kids, but the
Yeah.
person,
Hmm.
and separate yourself because that's never that's probably worse than the freaking divorce itself,
It
honestly.
was. It
But
was.
I am
Like
proud of you.
I had to go through two griefs because like grieving the end of my actual divorce and then turn around 2 months later, now I'm grieving
Mm-hmm.
the connection or like that relationship with the kids. Like it definitely hit hard.
Yeah. What would you tell someone that is possibly going through a divorce that may have kids or may not have kids? Like, what would be your advice for them?
Um, if you don't have kids, I would say it's probably a little bit easier. I would definitely say before going into it, like get the counseling. Please get that counseling. Um, because that's honestly where I feel like we messed up at because we did not do like that premarital counseling and then like even the couples therapy like during it. Um, but when you reach a point where you say like when you are at a point where you're like, I don't know, you don't if you don't recognize yourself anymore like within the marriage, it's time to like kind of reel it in. Time
Mhm.
to like go back and figure out all right, what do you need to do to get back
Yeah.
on track with yourself. When it comes to when it comes with the kids, if you are comfortable with continuing that, then go ahead. But if the energy is already like kind of toxic when it's leaving, then sometimes you have to sever ties, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The only way for you to be a better person to you is if you just release all of that toxic energy and experiences. Like it is not gonna allow you to grow and blossom into who you truly need to be to better yourself.
I mean, I agree. When you're not yourself in a marriage, it is good to go ahead and just exit.
Mm-hmm.
However, I ain't gonna lie. And I know people do things differently, but if you already showing me you're not for me, yeah, ain't nothing to grieve. I'm not gonna grieve leaving you. I'm not gonna grieve the divorce. You're gonna see me happy. I'm always be happy because I wanted to get out of that relationship.
Yeah.
I would have been celebrating, throwing all kind of divorce parties. Like it wouldn't have been no type of sadness because you showed me you wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
But
mean,
you
baby,
know, you a strong Virgo though.
You are.
Because I've been divorced twice and I haven't had a divorce party. Not one
I mean,
time.
I didn't. Look, to
Lord,
my
Lord.
knowledge, she had one. I didn't have one.
But that's but if you could, I get it if it's like horrible and you know, I feel like divorce parties for some people is to get them out that sadness because it is sad. It is a burden to go through, right? So your friends do come around you for that day and get you through it
and
and
love
help.
on you.
Right. But then you got some people that get it because they want to act like life was so bad and then it's a celebration. But in all
Oh,
actuality, you lost.
Right.
Because what do you have now? Like I feel like people, if your friends is giving you a divorce party because you like really having a hard time with it, right? And they just want to be around you to give you that love, cool. But if you're having it because you want to boast that you're getting a divorce, I really want to sit and look like let's talk about what you have now that the divorce is over.
Right.
You're probably lacking a whole lot that you had prior. That's what I
well,
feel.
sis, the divorce party is not. It's to let the people know that you back outside. You feel me? It, like I'm outside. Hit me up. I'm you know I'm in the streets pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not to be sad, but it's just announcing I'm free.
Mm-hmm.
Catch me outside. I'm free.
I mean, and that's what it gives. I mean,
Ow.
once the divorce is over, it is. You're free to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
When you want, how you want, you know, you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to just be free. But it's just not always the easy thing. Like I'm telling you, I've been divorced twice, and not one of them was like, okay, let's go. Like a breeze in the park. It wasn't, even though I'm the one that initiated, it still wasn't
it wasn't easy.
like, let's go party. Like, no, I don't
Really?
no.
It depends. Like if I want out now, if I wanted that person said they leaving me, then I probably just hurt. But if I'm leaving you, that means I already don't replay it in my head how I'm leaving, how I'm coming outside, what my first outfit gonna be, who I'm talking to next. Because I already, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, yeah, I wouldn't have been sad.
Yeah, no, but see, I'm also the person that's keeping names until I remarry. So
yeah, you are, sis.
yeah,
But I want my name back, like Ike wanted his name back.
I was so.
Go ahead.
Sometimes it's just a release party. you were finally able. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it is. It is.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't want any ties to that last name.
I don't understand that feeling. Like, and I'm hoping I don't. I'm hoping I don't ever get to understand.
You ain't changing names no more.
Right?
We just
I'm not. That's why I said I don't want to know what that feeling is. But I didn't like I can't sit there and say like the marriages was bad. It was stuff that was missing, and I just didn't have the patience or the maturity to be like, oh, let's figure it out. And then the last marriage, I knew I wanted a girl, so it was no figuring it out, right? It was no way around that unless he was gonna transfer over, and that wasn't gonna happen. So it was no way around it. So I haven't had a way like
you said transfer over.
Yeah, that was gonna be the only way. Because I knew what I wanted. And that was not going to be an option, okay? He's a man. It was not going to be an option. But I didn't have that experience. Like, no, I'm keeping your name until I find someone to replace your last name because I'm not going. It ain't even their name. I just didn't want to go back to my last name. Like, I didn't want to go back
Mhm.
to Franklin. That's not my last name. So I didn't want to carry that name. At least the name that I was holding was my name for a time period. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
hold it until it changed
Right.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I hadn't remarried Zay's dad, then my name would have been Colbert when y'all met me. And if and if
Girl,
I
was
had
to give my name back.
and if I didn't marry Joy after Ice, then my name would have been Mikkel until I would not have went back to Franklin. Like, I would have been Lachey X or some shit. I'm telling you, it wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been Franklin. No.
Wow. Now, Flame and Eustace, because you've been divorced too. I keep forgetting that. You remind me every time. Okay, so leaving that, well, after the relationship, the divorce, how was it for you guys financially? Like, did y'all have to pretty much start living a different type of way, or like did anything change?
Not for me.
Mhm.
Honestly, because okay, so prior to when I got my first divorce, they had the Section 8 voucher, right? And everybody had them because they was getting them out like Tic Tacs. So I had that. So that saved me. That saved me when it came to like moving out on my own because I had never fully lived on my own. Even though
Mm,
I've been on my own since I was 14, 15, I still didn't have like my own apartment. Well, I did have one, but my mother-in-law was making sure the rent and stuff was paid on it. So I didn't never had my own place. So that saved me. And then I was still working. So I'm not gonna say it no. And then the second divorce, no, because I still was like nothing changed. And then even
Yeah.
so, they're still like my best friends. So even if I needed something, I know I can call on them and it's gonna be delivered and it's not gonna be talked about or put out in the streets or anything. So it didn't change. Plus I still had that support. But I also had
Mhm.
friends that baby, one friend, and she is my dog today. Okay. She
mm,
literally went and got me towels, toasters, I mean everything. So my house wouldn't miss nothing. Then I had the friends that if I was running low on gas, because I'm used to having my ex-husband who was a barber, so that's money every day. So if I ran low on gas, they met me at the gas station to make sure my car was filled up for the week.
oh,
So
you had friends.
I had friends like,
Yeah.
but that's what we did for each other. You get what you put out. If you don't put nothing out, you ain't getting nothing back. So yeah, I ain't have no. It was no financial hardship.
For me either, because thankfully, thankfully, I work in property management, so like I legit all I had to do was just submit that application, um,
Mm.
and I had a place. And once I knew that I was like, I started buying stuff for my apartment before I even got approved for the apartment because I knew I was like, I don't care, I'm moving out. There's nothing that's gonna stop me.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, no, and I'm thankful because I do have like I had my friends that was like the day of my move, like they dropped everything. It's like, all right, we're
Yeah.
coming to help you move, and everything was set up within that first night. I didn't have any boxes, nothing. Granted, my clothes were still packed, but outside of that, no, I didn't like yeah. Like she said, I was still working, so I just had to go downstairs and go to work.
Yeah, and I feel, and my heart goes out to people that do have to go through divorces and literally don't have nothing, no
Right.
friends, no family. Um,
Hmm.
like I
Some of
know,
them will stick in that bad relationship or toxic
Mhm.
relationship because they don't have nobody, and
Right, and
or
we
they're
talked
too
about that,
afraid to
right?
tell anybody what they're going through.
Yeah, no, and I know someone personally that when she went through her divorce, she literally had nothing, like nothing.
Mhm.
And the little family that she did have, she already had burnt the bridges. So was nobody gonna be like, oh, you can come stay here, XYZ? No, she had to figure that shit out because what she had put out in that universe.
Yeah.
So she had to figure it out. Now she did figure it out, but she literally went from having everything to just her car.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like I said, she
That's
got on
sad.
top. But I mean, that's a
Yeah.
hell of a fall. That's a hell of a drop when you used to being able to just rip and run or do what you got to do, or at least have a really nice house, and then now you're in an apartment. That's a lot.
It is. I ain't even gonna lie, I was scared. That's another thing that like held me back. I was scared.
Mhm.
Because I legit have never been on my own. This is the very first time. Um, graduated high school, went into college. Still had a roommate then. Left college and lived with my mom, and then lived with somebody else. Broke up with them, went back to my mom. From my mom, went to my ex-wife. Now I'm here. Never been on my own until now.
Yeah, but it's a freeing feeling.
Girl, I'm never going back. I don't care if I start dating
It's a
again. I need my own space.
I'm married, and I'm married, and I'll never forget the first feeling of walking into my house and being like, "But this mine though. Like, it's
It
mine though."
didn't sit.
Like,
I want to say it was like month 3 when it set in for me. I was
well,
like,
no,
I
I had
really
a
got my
I had a
own
sofa
space.
with no cushions. The only furniture I had
What?
in my house, the first divorce, was all of us had beds. But if you came to my house, I had a whole house party, and the sofa had the cushion that you go from like you go for the craft store, the bags of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this lady gave me the furniture and stuff, so my living room wouldn't be empty. And I didn't want to go get in debt with Rent a Center, right? I ended up doing it. But when I first started, no, I wasn't looking to add no bills.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So I had a
Mhm.
whole house party, and the people that rock with me with no cushion on my sofa. Okay. We had flat pillows on the sofa. We had a good damn time. Now, did you need help getting up? Yes. But we had a good but it was nothing like I didn't care. Like I did not
It,
care. And I had a
you was
TV.
doing
I didn't care because it still was like, all right, this mine. Like
right,
I'm this mine. When I pull up to my house, I know when I lock the door is locked. I don't have to
right.
worry about is the door locked, is the stove on. Like it was just that simple stuff. Now when it got quiet at night, the first divorce, when it got quiet at night, it was like, all right, girl, you tripping. But then at that time also, we ain't have COVID. I had some party sisters. Like Wednesday, we was at the club. Thursday, we was at the club. Friday,
Divorce party.
but we stayed at the club. We had Pache Grande on Wednesday, American Legion Thursday and Friday, Traffic Ball either Saturday and Sunday. So we was out, and then my kids would do 7 days with me and 7 days with their dad. So, baby, what we doing? What we doing for 7 days? So it ain't stay quiet for long because we had something to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So nobody, because when you're going through a divorce, sometimes it can be very, how to put it, pretty much it could damage you. So you didn't feel like no type of, you wasn't bitter, you wasn't like hurt to the point that you didn't want to try again. Y'all just some happy divorced people, huh?
I'm gonna let Flame answer, then I'm gonna answer.
So I was at the point where I was done trying again.
Again.
Yeah, because I felt as though we were in like a repeat cycle of trying again, and I was done. I wasn't bitter or anything, because I was like, we just ran our course. Like, unfortunately, with this next chapter in my life, you are not supposed to be a part of, unfortunately, and that's just that. Did she accept it? No, but here we are. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you accept it or not. This is gonna be my life, and I have to be selfish with it.
Yeah, you only get one.
You only get one.
Now, for me, the first one I was immature, so I was doing crazy stuff. Like I would drive by the house if we was going out on Friday night just to cause chaos, or you
Mhm.
know, kicking doors, stuff like that. Just because I don't know, it was Thursday. Why not kicking a door? So I went through a very immature, I mean, very immature with the first divorce. Thank God we still friends because I don't see how them people still like me as a friend. But it's probably because they really know I'm really a cool person. We're just not cool dating, married, none of that stuff. But the first one, yeah, I was crazy. I was definitely crazy with that. I would just do stuff just to do stuff just because I just felt like why not?
But you were young. You was
I
really
mean,
young.
I was in my late 20s. I was in my late 20s though. So I ain't gonna say I was, real young. I mean, we already had 4 kids in, so I could have been a little bit more, a little bit more. But it was just stupid stuff. Like I wouldn't do that stuff now. Like when I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she had said something to me, and I was like, "Girl, I used to do that a long time ago. I don't do it." But she said, "You sound real judgmental." I said, "But I said, I said I used to. At 44, I'm not about to do that stuff no more. I learned my lesson.
Right.
I don't have time. It takes too much energy. Back then, I had energy. I was out every day. I had energy. I had plenty of things that I needed to work out of my system."
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say after I got to a point where it was like, all right, Deja, you in a routine now. You know what you need to do to like get back on like a healthy get back healthy mentally and emotionally. We're not about to sit in the house anymore. So I've been in the streets. I've been enjoying the streets.
Call your name.
It has.
You gotta answer the streets when you say.
Listen to y'all taking my advice.
I said when you're single. Because you don't have nothing's tying you down. So I mean, and then you don't have any children of your own that you had to be like, let me go home, fix dinner, let me go home, make sure this, they got school, they got that. So yeah, you can answer the streets as much as you want to. And you can have as many eggs in a basket as you want to, because this is the opportunity to see what you want and what you do not want. What you not like.
I'm still enjoying the streets.
Yeah, you're not gonna know by dating one person. You're not gonna know what you like or don't like by dating one person. I'm dating. That's it. That's the word. Dating. You're dating multiple people.
Dating.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't date right. They get with one person, they just date that person.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. And then 5 years later, now you sitting there like, I know it had to be more out there, but now you in it now.
Yeah,
you in it. Yeah. So go dating, and then you'll find out exactly what you want, what you don't want. Yeah. I don't know why my wife looking at me out the corner of her eye. I wasn't talking about that. But now, you definitely have to.
I got 2 questions for you. I was just waiting, but the first question is, just pretty much, I know I heard you say again, like you gave several chances. Now, do you regret giving those chances? And I say that because a lot of people don't know when to move on. They can't accept that the relationship is over, so they just keep trying and trying and trying and trying. Pretty much, do you regret that, given that those extra chances?
I would say yes and no. I say yes because at the end of the day, like I basically postponed me growing into who I am today. It's just a lesson learned at the end of it all. It's just a lesson learned. But no, because you're in a marriage. Like you were supposed to try and fight. You're supposed to try to make sure, like, make it work, because y'all, I don't know, like this is supposed to be a life partner. But after so many times, it's like,
you muffle right there at that end. Say it again.
Can you hear me now? Is this better?
Yep.
All right. But yeah, like now it's like after but so many chances, it's like, yeah, you just doing this to yourself.
Right.
You just doing this to yourself. You like to be stuck, and until you get out of that mindset, you're going to continue to be stuck.
Girl, you need to start to teach a class. You need to teach a class on it. You need to go worldwide and teach just that. Because people literally love being stuck or love being miserable. Like they don't even know nothing else. They don't know nothing else. It's so annoying. Like I will stop talking to you if you stay stuck.
Listen,
like you can't keep coming to me like friends.
The same problem.
With the same problem. And like people confuse fear and hesitation. It's like, are you really scared to take that leap, or are you just hesitant because you don't know what's on the other side? Like it can't coincide with each other. And at the end of it all, like you never know what your life is going to be like until you take that leap. Like, you have to really put that fear aside and take that leap into whatever next chapter is calling you. No more hesitation, no more fear. And I had to install that into myself. Like, I am living life fearlessly. I am
As you should.
living life fearlessly.
You're still a baby.
Speaking of,
Okay.
next winter I might be in Dallas, like, fully.
Yeah. Why not? Because you don't have no ties. You don't have no
Yeah,
ties.
that's another thing. Like you said, she has no ties. So it kind of, you went from not having the kids at 25, remember? I think you were 25, to having 2 kids almost half the age as you. And I'm like, I couldn't have done that because here I am giving everything to your kids. I don't have no kids, and you putting all the responsibilities on me.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, live your life.
Live
Just
your
don't
life.
go to Houston. Don't go to Houston.
Yeah, they nasty.
Do not go to Houston. But girl, yeah, live your life because there ain't no reason for you to just be. What you staying here for if you don't want to be here?
Right.
You already did the scariest part. You literally had to tell kids, deuce, kick rock. Don't look at my nail. I'm gonna do the other hand.
It's okay. It's okay. I ain't got mine.
It's okay.
But yeah, you literally had to separate yourself from the hardest thing. Not the wife. That's hard. But you had to separate yourself from kids. Girl, if you could do that, it ain't nothing you could do. It's literally like you have done the ultimate jump out there. Girl, go ahead and keep jumping. At this point, you can go ahead and skydive. Girl, you are fine.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you're not sharing this story, you need to share this story because there's a lot of young people that are stuck in stuff because of, like you said, fear or hesitation, or it's those ones that just want to have something to goddamn complain about, but don't want to go nowhere. They keep saying X, Y. Like, it's a difference in you having a bad day with your mate and you talk to your friends, but you're really not sure. That's a difference. But if every single conversation, all 1,800 of your conversations is you don't want this person in your house, I don't want this person in my house, I don't want this person in my house, but they still in your house, you can't call me.
I don't hear anymore.
I told you about 10 times what you need to do to get them out your house. And if they're still in your house, you want them in your house and you like it because it ain't enough fear in the world to keep me miserable. I don't give 2 shits, like, at all.
Say, whenever anybody comes to me in regards about like their problems and it's starting to be a repeat cycle, I don't even respond with advice anymore. All I say is, you'll get tired.
That's it.
You'll get tired.
You'll
get tired.
And that's my one and only response. I'm gonna say that, and then that's the end of the discussion because I'm not giving you anything else.
Yeah, because ain't no point until they're ready. Yeah. And I got your back. I got your back when you're ready. And I'm gonna tell you I'm proud of you when you do it. But and like I said, I ain't talking about like because baby, I be wanting to jump off the cliff at least twice a week. My wife, because she just irky as hell. She want to wake.
Just come up, just jump off the cliff. That's it.
She just want to wake up and talk about car warranties at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, I ain't talking about like crazy. I'm talking about like for real. You know, every single day you are really, really miserable. There's not one day that you're happy. It's not one picture that you're smiling in with your partner. I'm talking about those people, but you're still there. But then if somebody asks you how you doing, I just want them gone. You don't.
Yeah.
No, you want them there.
Because you'll do something about it.
Girl, and I won't put you on ignore. You could literally be talking and I won't hear nothing at all whatsoever. So I'm proud of you for doing what you need.
Mom. It's literally what it's gonna sound like.
Yeah, that's what you start sending them, Charlie Brown. Yeah, just to let them know this is what you're doing, and I don't want to hear no more. It's just like people that get in relationships and don't see that it's them that's the problem.
Yeah. Because they'll never take accountability, but that's gonna be another topic. I got a lot to say about accountability.
Yeah, we got time.
Let me end on that because
that's gonna be another because I got a lot that I want to say.
We got time. We is early right
now. But I did have another question because Deja, you said fuck them kids in the nicest way tonight. Like that was the nicest I ever heard somebody say fuck them kids, right? even though he ain't settled. But you know, they're older and they have their own cell phone. So I know you like not right now, you know, you can't do it. But what happened when they reach out to you? You don't feel bad or they were told not to reach out?
They haven't reached out to me.
Oh wow.
Well, you say what you need to say the nicest way. I'm sorry if she listening. You say what you need to say in the nicest way because they are old enough to be able to contact you on their own without a middleman. It's not like they're 3
Right.
or 4 where you have to show way to face that in the phone. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
And they haven't
starting.
Go ahead, finish this because that's
that's it. Life is just starting. And at the end of the day, you had a lot to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that gives up on that or not cherish that, that's their damn loss. Because we're gonna be able to see you flourish and continue to grow. And then when you get married, just make sure I know what color my dress is. And
I got you.
I'm gonna stand up and hold a sign up and say, "Don't do it." No, just playing.
It might be right. It might be. Because you know she would.
I know she would. I'm just ready.
Because when the time comes, it's gonna be ready, and they're gonna still be. It's still gonna be over there trying to figure out life.
Yeah, that's hard for me with the kids because I always feel like the kids they don't deserve it, but it's like, what do they think? Like, do they think you neglected them? Do they think you just don't want to? Like, what could
reach out? They ain't thinking nothing. If they ain't reach out, they ain't thinking.
But what if the mom is telling them?
Well, you old enough to sneak on the phone because if you at that age, let's think about that age. Even if you 10, my son is 11 years old. He has to go to bed at 11 o'clock. His father and I, at 2 separate houses, have caught him sneaking on his game, which is through his phone and his controller. So at 11, if you know how to sneak on the phone and do what you need to do, you know how to sneak on the phone to call a person if you got questions or if you missed them or you whatever the case may be. Because I'm quite sure you still have access to a computer, an iPad,
right?
You know, pigeons, they fly around all day for free. So no, I don't have no sympathy when you have a certain age.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Like, let me take it back. So while they have not reached out to me to like basically ask like what happened or anything, one of them did text me happy birthday. And that same one texted me asking for a password for an iPad. But that was it. That's literally it. It was nothing else. And when before I made the decision to basically cut ties with everything, like I was reaching out, I was calling, I was texting and things like that. But it got to a point where it was like, I still wasn't getting the response when I was reaching out. So I just stopped altogether.
Got it. It makes sense now. Okay. Because I was
understand. Go ahead.
I said, I understand now. It makes sense. Because I was like, you just stopped texting, but you was reaching out, they stopped. So they was against you too. They were like, fuck that bitch. She left my mama. I get it now.
That's what they said.
Yep.
That's what they said.
Yeah. I ain't write her back.
Yeah, but like it wasn't even. It got to a point where it's like, I understand like the kids shouldn't really have to be the one to hold that relationship when it comes to like the parent-child relationship. But at the end of the day, like if they're not trying either,
but why
I don't know what else can I do.
But why not? Yeah. They're not for where if Abby don't call her village, now she got a phone and they pictures is in the phone. But if she only worried about her phone to watch her cartoons, or if they are on my phone, she talks to them, it is my responsibility for her being 4 to do XYZ. Now, when she gets up 8, baby, if she get to 9, because she know how to work her iPhone now at 4, okay? When she gets to 9, that is all on her who she wants to contact and who she wants to. Because I should have put it in you to show you that when you think of somebody, call them. Not just because you want something. Because right now she's stalking Eurydice for a movie date because we said we need to take Cree out for her birthday. So she's been stalking her to take her out for her birthday, right? That was in June. But outside of that, we're raising her. You don't call because you need something either. You call because that person, they're pictures on your phone or whatever the case may be, or because you want to send a silly picture. Now, granted, it's probably be at the 10 o'clock when you get the call. We're sorry. But we're teaching her that now. So
Right.
your kids should know that it's not even that it's your responsibility, but you have to want the relationship too. And you're old enough to
Right.
be able to say, I still want to handle or deal with X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And even if the parent doesn't like it, okay, cool. Then you got to respect your mother because that's your natural mother. And I get that. But to a point, even though you ain't birthed them, you know, you're still mom. Like you've been
Yeah.
mom as 5-6 years. So they still should be able to find a way to be, and I'm not just talking about them, I'm talking about kids, period. After a
Right.
certain age, you are held responsible for reaching out to people. And it should not be because you need a password. It should not be because your birthday coming up. It should not be because it's Christmas. And I have children, and they're not owned by Joy at all whatsoever. If you only can call my wife because you need something, baby, don't call. Don't call. And when we move, if you don't have a relationship with her, don't call because you need something. Because you should call and say, hey, I'm checking on you because I heard you don't feel well. Like, even if it's simple stuff like that, or it's your birthday, it's goddamn, it's Sunday. I don't know. You should be able to have those conversations
Right.
without it being weird. Because if it's weird, then you don't have a connection with them anyway.
Right.
So no, if you get to a certain age, it's your responsibility to hold that relationship. And if you don't text that person, you can't expect them to text you. And then if I do text you and you don't respond, girl, goodbye. One time. You get one time.
I at least give you 2. But
One.
Let me tell you. Then that text to be that last to so you on your mama's side. Bet. Yeah.
Say less.
10-4.
And I hope that when they do get older and they come to even more maturity, because they still kids, but hopefully when they get more maturity, they will be able to reach out and y'all will be able to kind of pick things up new, not old, because it's not going to be the same. But at the same time, until then, girl, let them streets call your name.
Right. And on top of that, I was hoping that it would have been very civilized. And it's crazy because, when people, I've noticed that relationship where they've been cheated on, they're able to be friends afterwards. But the ones that hasn't been cheated on and they are very bitter, they can't be friends or anything. And I'm like, that's crazy, because I'll be bitter towards you if you cheated on me and dogged me out versus we just not seeing eye to eye. We decided to go our separate ways.
Yeah, it is weird.
So that's weird to me.
It is, because
I'm glad you're telling me. No,
because I
got a message. I just got a message, and somebody said the streets don't want a lot of them.
The street don't be wanting a lot of them.
They don't, because it's very much pee, poop, acid, all in the baby pool, and that's why I'm not dealing with it right now. Because it's too much. People don't really know what they want, and I'm tired of answering what my favorite color is.
Oh God, do people still ask that?
Girl, yes. It's like, what the hell?
You gotta know my favorite color because it's important.
I don't know.
I created a vision board of Deja. So like, if somebody starts asking me that question, here, take this. This is all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, because nowadays we need to talk about what's your credit score. Okay, how do you feel?
You owe anybody?
How do you feel about credit?
Girl,
you got unpaid child support. If we do our taxes together, is they gonna come get my money for your child support? Like, you need to have all those conversations when you get into dating now. We didn't think about that stuff because I didn't take money serious coming up. Like, that wasn't something that was big. You knew what you had and you robbed Peter to pay Paul. And the lady last night I listened to about mastering money moves, and she said half of the people are robbing Peter to pay Monday, meaning you got paid Friday, but you ain't even making it to your next paycheck. You only making it to Monday. That was life. Like, that's what you had. Yeah. So, but now, no.
They're robbing Peter and Paul.
Girl, my 11-year-old son said at 11, okay, he ain't even thinking about having no girlfriend right now. when we sat in the car and we was just talking to the old, I don't know who it was, one of my older ones in the car, and we was talking about relationship or something. And then he said, if I'm paying the rent or the mortgage, you will be paying for all the food. I said, you better come on.
Period.
You know, he said it's not no point in me doing everything and you not doing nothing. Now I will help you, but if I'm paying the rent and the mortgage, you will be buying the food. That's what that man said at 11. And I'm gonna make sure he stay that way.
Yeah, and add some couple of them little bills to it, water and electricity and stuff.
That man said he didn't care about all that. We went into it. We asked questions. All he know is you are in charge of making sure it is food in the house. If you're working, and if you're not working, you have to have a plan. He's 11, and already.
But groceries are so high nowadays. I think I take the mortgage. Like,
listen,
that is a mortgage.
Yeah,
that is a mortgage. It is.
But
I think I'm right now, the way that I got my groceries set up and everything, I do HelloFresh, and I meal plan with that. And that I'm only doing that right now is because of the simple fact that I am still on my weight loss journey, and so that right there, that lasts me for like a week and a half. I'm good on that.
Yeah, because it's you.
It's just me.
You just got financial freedom just by getting a divorce.
Period.
Because now you ain't taking care of no kids or wife or house. You just got you. That is that. That doesn't come up. Because if you separate from a marriage and you still got the kids to take care of, that's not really a come up. You still got to split.
Yeah.
You still depend on how everything go in the system. Because if you go through court and you got make a plan, then one person got to pay for this and the other person got to pay for this. You still got extra bills separated now. But when you ain't got no kids tied at all, and you can split, baby, you just came up. Because
you did
up. Because she still has to take care of these two kids by herself now. Or with their dad or whatever. Because I don't know the dynamic. But you only got to worry about yourself. That's more money in your pocket. That's the company. You just came up by getting a divorce. Look at that.
And you talking about HelloFresh, Hello Kitty, whatever. Girl, I be out eating steaks and everything. Because one thing about me, I'm going to eat. I start a diet every Monday and I be done with the diet by Tuesday because I want to eat what I want to eat.
No, I'm mad with the Hello Kitty. We're not going to bypass it.
What is it? Hello
Fresh.
Them.
Yeah.
You did that.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I still treat myself and everything. I do. But for the most part, like my day, like lunch and dinner and everything throughout the week, like throughout the work week, is meal plan.
Yeah, and you say when you're doing the weight loss journey, it's definitely and you saving money. It's the come up. It's the come up for me, girl. It might have been a bad reason, but at the end of the rainbow, there was a come up.
Right.
There was.
So somebody, they say the leprechaun wasn't at the end of the rainbow, but they was there for you.
Yeah,
he was there.
I'm thankful.
And you can date and you can enjoy life. You outside, okay.
Date somebody tall this time though. Thank you.
Whoop it free.
See, I wouldn't even go that far. What? You just always go all the way over. I swear you got Cancer energy. You really give Cancer energy. Like I said tall. That's all I said was tall. You went all the way over the rainbow again.
Well, it's no in between with me.
No, it's not.
But I mean,
where's the twin at? I told her I ain't want none of her stuff tonight. That's what I told her. Because we had I was gonna ask someone else to be beside you on the screen, and I won't say what was said, and she not gonna say what was said. But I had already knew that we just gonna stick with you. We just gonna stick with you, Flame. We safe with you. The other person wouldn't have been on the screen. They wouldn't have been safe at all.
We wouldn't have heard nothing they had to say. Oh shit. I mean, okay.
That's your LS. So you already know. Truth, don't bra us. We just over here talking. That's what we had. That's what we was doing. I can't.
That crazy. I can't even see the comments. Y'all know I'm not on Facebook right now, so.
Yeah,
I
you took a mental
know.
break from everybody.
Yeah, I was
Indeed.
the only social media I have right now is TikTok, and that's only because I don't want to delete the app because I'm going to end up having a lot of draft videos deleted, and I'm still working on that. But
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't delete it. I wouldn't be off of nothing. I mean, I get it for your mental break, but I ain't never do none of those either.
Me
For the
either. I
breakup,
don't even.
what?
That social media didn't do nothing to me, so I ain't gonna delete that.
I just recently did it, so I've been off of social media for about a month now, a little over a month now.
It's easy.
It is.
You must have a lot of
I
friends. You have
But
a lot.
she's trying to do her full manifestation and
Okay.
her healing for
what?
herself.
Yeah,
Well, it makes sense because then it'll be a distraction, and then you're gonna be on there and be caught up on people's comments and stuff.
yeah.
'Cause,
I was
yeah,
saying, all honestly, it's nothing about having a lot of friends because
You
those
should
that
have did.
actually mean well, they check in.
yeah.
I just feel like you should have did a 30-day cleansing manifestation type of thing on
And it
TikTok
just
or
came on
whatever
back.
to show how your days went.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been dope.
Yeah.
Even your bad days, that would have been dope.
You can start now, and when the check comes, you can give Cola like 2%.
Come on, marketing. Come on, marketing.
Go ahead and
I
start that.
got you.
Yeah.
I got
But
you.
I definitely should share your story because it's
Yeah.
always you never know who is going through it or may end up
Mm-hmm.
going through it, and something that
Mm-hmm.
you may say or do or just might be what they needed to hear, or
Yeah.
just being able to see that you were scared to do it with kids and you was able
Right.
to say fuck you, fuck them kids, and DC. I'm gonna go on over on the other side of DC.
Right.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can talk about your weight loss in the same journey. I mean, the same thing, how you eat, what you do on your daily, how you stay away from other social media. You have a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And just do a voiceover when you do it, which I think I seen you do before.
Yeah, I've done it
So,
before.
yeah, yep, I would do it, girl, because there'd be people out there that put
Mm-hmm.
hashtag who the hell did I marry, but this is who I divorced. Boom.
Yeah.
Period.
You
Yeah.
welcome.
I've
Yeah.
been thinking about it.
Don't think, just go
It
ahead and do
do.
it.
Because
Yeah.
you just don't know what, like, it doesn't, whoever I'm connected to, if they post something with any type of content, unless it's like some crazy stuff, but any type of content, they could be just doing a health journey. I'm going to repost it. I do a lot of it on Facebook. If they're going through, I have a friend now that's going through a divorce and she's doing a health journey. I post every video I see of hers because even though I might not be able to connect to that,
Mm-hmm.
there's somebody that is going to go through it or is going through it and is going to connect with that. I have one of my sisters, she's a travel agent. So when she do her travel stuff, at 12 days of each day we had something we had to focus on, acceptance, forgiveness, stuff like that. And she literally would post her video of her walking because that's her big, she walks. Like, I can't even go on vacation with her because I feel like she's gonna walk me to death. But that's her thing. And I post her stuff because somebody is
Yeah.
going to need it or may need that refresher or that reminder or might not just not be mindful. I have like anything of positivity I
Yeah.
repost because you don't know who needs it.
That's true.
Even if I don't need it in that moment,
You
somebody
never know.
somebody needs it.
Yeah. Need it. Yeah.
Like everything
Yeah.
we go through is for somebody else. So
Yeah. Speaking of
everything.
walking, I just accepted a challenge as of Sunday. So if you want to like tag on, you can.
Oh no, you said walk. If it includes walking, it doesn't include me.
I'm gonna tell you anyway. For those that are watching,
Definitely tell.
I am doing a challenge. A minimum of 10K steps a day, 5 miles
Okay.
a day.
Okay.
I gotta do no
We
5
supposed to be
miles.
doing 10. We supposed to be doing 10,000 steps a day anyway.
I mean, yeah. Well, see, me because I have like a stationary job. I try to do like 7.
Okay.
I try to go in the low end because my job is very stationary. But doing them 5 miles, baby, that thing hurt.
Let me know if you want me to bring you some like water, or like cool towels or anything, like snacks, healthy snacks.
Mm-mm.
I'll bring you organic chips or vegan cookies. Like, let me know where you're gonna be at the end of the walk, and I will meet you there with ice cold water or room temperature, however you like it.
I'll walk to
Gatorade.
the White House and come home because I'm right up the street.
Okay, just let me know when you want to meet you back at your house, and I'll meet you there.
We can do a virtual dinner or something.
We can definitely do that. But I don't mind walking if I'm walking with somebody, because then you can talk.
Right.
But if you want me to walk here, I'm gonna walk around my block to take that dog to go bathroom, and then I'm gonna walk back in this house. That's the walk, and it's I don't even think it's a mile. It's probably like it's a block.
It's a block.
Block. So walking
Yeah.
around.
By the time I get off, I'll be over it. Yeah. So, do anyone have any questions for Deja, myself, Lachey?
Did you ask all your questions, babe?
I think I did. Oh, I forgot some. I don't know.
Mm.
It was just flowing, so I was just like, she would. Yeah. We really appreciate your input on this topic, though, because I can't really tell you much about divorce. I don't plan on being divorced, or nobody plan on being divorced, but I just can only give you my opinion.
Yeah.
On what I think.
And I appreciate you.
Yeah.
What you think. You're gonna give it regardless.
Yeah. But that's what make the podcast so fun, because most of the time we have total different opinions.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, keep the name. She like, give that shit the fuck back.
Right. Right. Like, I didn't want you, so I know I'm not keeping your name.
Right. So
and I'm gonna change my name before the divorce. It's fine. I'm going on Facebook and upload my new name.
Baby, that's what she did, because I'm telling you, when I seen it, I was like, who is Deja Wynn?
I almost deleted her.
I was like, it's Flame.
It was so many people. It was like when I got my stuff changed at work and everything, everybody was like, "Did you get married?" No, honey, I got divorced.
Oh wow.
Baby, when they don't know, okay?
They don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we at our hour mark. We want to thank you for opening up with something so delicate and private to yourself, because like you said, you offer social media, so it's not even like it's something that you're personally broadcasting. If you follow your other ex-half, they would know, but not by you. They would not know. So thank you for joining us and being open, and I'm just proud of you. I really am. I'm beyond proud of you. Like, I'm the big sister proud, because my baby sister went and did something that I'm sure was scary, but
yeah,
you needed it and you did it, and you're doing it, and you're glowing, and you're working, and
yes,
and you're answering the streets. That's important.
That is important.
Always answer the street.
Yeah, very important. Just get one from each time zone. Yep.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm serious. You never know.
I'm serious. I got it. That's how I know it's like it's acid in the street, because I got them, but they annoying.
Yeah, just throw them back and get a whole new batch. Just like a dozen of eggs, just crack them, throw them away, and just get a whole new batch of eggs. Because that's how you're gonna find out what you want
right.
for real. Because you already know what you don't. Now you got to figure out what you want. After, you're doing all the steps. So yeah. So continue to grow, continue to glow, continue to manifest, continue to just be Deja.
Yep. Lead the people in the streets that mess up your pH balance.
I'm so glad she froze. That's
what she did.
Your whole thing froze. That is what you get.
It's like, what?
Yeah. If they don't look so clean, they're not. Leave them in the street.
I'm so happy you froze. I am. I am ecstatic that you froze.
Well, yeah.
I'm sick of you. Sick of you. Okay.
If you ain't learned that from me, sis, just know.
Baby, we definitely. That's what you need to put on a shirt. That's a whole shirt right there.
Yep.
Must have pH bound. Just leave it alone.
We just leave it alone.
Yeah, we got a couple sayings we need to put on shirts.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no edges. Don't
Yeah.
equals no trust.
No
Mhm.
trust. They ain't got no edges. You can't trust them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Y'all better glue some edges on before people see y'all.
Oh my goodness. When y'all make
All
these
Joy
shirts,
say,
let
wow.
me know.
That's all Joy can say. Wow.
Y'all, but next week we got a topic.
Mhm.
We got a topic for y'all, but we want to know, how do y'all feel about friendship and accountability? I want
Ooh.
y'all to hit us up and tell us how y'all feel about that.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
It's
some
gonna be
stepped
good.
on toes. Man,
It
my
is.
God, today.
Myra feet.
Baby, don't take it personal though. Just be accountable
No.
if it fit. The shoe fit, put it on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mhm.
All right. So if nobody has nothing to say, what did Joy say? She looked like she said something.
What you said, babe?
I said you can't be a victim to accountability.
You can't be a victim to accountability.
Mhm.
You know she said something.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know oh so
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Well, good night. We see y'all next week. Thank you for joining, and make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.
good night, y'all.
Bye, y'all.